It's TMNT time, and prepare for trouble and make it double. Because we're gonna have a look at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Leonardo, and Donatello figure. Because it's basically the exact same figure. Just with different accessories, but all the turtles obviously look exactly the same. Has been like that in the comic books, TV shows. Well, I was gonna say movies, but there are like a couple of movies I don't really want to talk about. But regardless of that, let's have a look at these guys right now. Also, here's like the back of the box, just in case you care about that stuff. I don't, so let's take them out. And it's been officially a whole 2 days since I took these guys out of the packaging because the joints were way too strong again. Thank you for that, Neca. So I wanted to have some time, play around with it a little bit and loosen everything up so I don't take the risk of breaking anything during the review. Now, I'm gonna move Donatello to the side. Just gonna have a look at Leo for the overall measurements and look at the basic figure because obviously it's the same freaking figure. It's 4 turtles. What do you expect? Stands at about 14 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we're going up to 5.5 inches. Now overall, size-wise, Neca does not disappoint. It really lines up with Bebop and Rocksteady and Slash and whatnot. Well, not really with Slash, but we had that conversation. And yes, it is the exact same body as it is with Slash. I don't really see any difference here, except for the shell. Shell is obviously different, and Slash had all the different stuff on there. But for this figure, overall, it looks great. I also have the SDCC exclusives, which were released years ago. I'm going to have a look at that in a second, which had a lot of problems with googly eyes. Well, a lot. I had some of them. But Leo looks very clean. The paint job also on the teeth. It's a job well done. Don't have any complaints there. Obviously, the pixelation is the gimmick of these figures, and I love it. It's a very cool idea. Neca started doing these video game figures a long time ago, and it's smart, and it's cool, and it looks nice, and it's an easy way to recycle molds by just doing like a pixelation paint job on it. I'm not trying to give him flack for it, I'm just saying. Everything is in line. You got the light blue on the armbands, wristbands, and the bandana, of course. Pixelation goes out through all of it, and the paint job is good for the most part. You have some sips here and there, like with the L, this is not cleanly done, and I think there was like same thing over here, and on some parts you have a little bit too much paint because you have like these holes, like a little bit of bubble holes. That's a thing, but those are very small details which I'm not really getting mad about it. I'm just telling you and showing you these things because it's a review. And then we have Donatello, same thing, it's the same body, don't have anything else there. His purple is very light, almost pink, but that was actually accurate for the arcade turtles. I'm not really sure for Turtles in Time if that's really how it looked like, but I guess you gotta have Donnie with the pink now. Not much we can change about it. Now for a short look at the original SDCC release from way back, I don't even know when that was, to the new one. I don't really see any differences. Really, the paint job seems to be the same. Well, hold on. Pixelation. No, actually the pixelation is... no, it does seem the same. Maybe there's some tiny placement differences, but it seems to be the same pattern overall. And that's really all that there is. The SCC exclusive one seems to be a bit cleaner in the paint job, but again, I'm not having any big issues with the paint. Also, I'm gonna bring it up one more time. The only problem I have, not really problem, but the only complaint, small complaint I have, is that they stopped the pixelation completely at the feet and at the hands. It just kind of takes you out of the illusion. It has all this nice pixelation and it just stops that at the feet and at the hands. Obviously, I talked about it with Slash. If you put it on just a little bit on the tip over here, because if you spin it around, it still kind of lines up. With the hands, it's a bit more complicated, but still could have been a little bit on the top and a little bit on the back, but they didn't do that. But overall, I don't really see any difference between the SDCC one and the new one, so let's move on. For the articulation, I'm actually going to give Donnie a bit of a spotlight. Also, what I kind of forgot to mention, but it is there. You have holsters for the weapons. All of them have that. Well, all of them. We only have Donnie and Leo right now. Raph and Mikey are coming out with Wave 2. whenever the hell that happens. And is he still a little bit stiffer on the joints? Did the joints stiffen up again? How's that working? How is that even possible? Anyway, let's try to get some articulation out of this guy without breaking anything, shall we? Hand moves back and forth, does tilt side to side quite nicely. It is very freely movable, and it goes all the way around. Then you also have neck articulation, which is pretty stiff, but it also does tilt side to side and goes back and forth. Then you got a big hinge in the shoulder, which this one is still stiff. Let me straighten out the arm. Goes up, I think a little bit more than that, but that's all I'm getting out of the stiffness that is the shoulder joint right now. Think it would go up a little bit more, but I've been trying, but I can't get more than that. Got a bicep swivel, simple hinge in the elbow, can also rotate, has a swivel, and then the fist is on a hinge, so that can move back and forth. Now, one thing which is completely weird, with Leo, you have the hinge that goes not over here, but it is so the hand tilts side to side. It is placed like that, and that is just bad. I don't know why they did that. That's the only difference they have in articulation, and it's I don't know. Is it a botch? It's not. Doesn't make any sense. Then you have the hip rotation in here. Has some very nice movement. Does tilt side to side. Does go back and forth, and also swivel around. And then you have the legs. Goes forward quite nicely. Goes out to the side. They have some ratchet over there to keep it in place. And also rotates on the entire ball joint, but also just like that on the thigh. Then you have the double hinge knees, which there you go, cooperative. Two hinges and the foot that does tilt side to side just a little bit and back and forth. Not the best ankle rocker, but it is there. Also, by the way, the right foot of Leonardo likes to go off. Well, I guess it doesn't anymore. Oh, interesting. Taking him out of the packaging, it was completely, constantly disconnecting. But it's good now. Alright, progress. So, for the accessories, gonna just make this clear right away. The relaxed hands came with Donnie, just to be sure. And the pointy fingers came with Leo. So, you only get one set of hands for each turtle. Well, the set that's on the figure and the extra set over here. And I guess by collecting all of them, you get a combination of hands, different ones. So pointy fingers for Leo, relaxed hands for Donatello, obviously the bow staff for Donatello, which is always bent to hell. I don't know why. It is soft plastic, so you can bend it around. I will be able to straighten it out, so that's not the biggest problem. You can take it apart in the middle, so it's easier to slide it into his hand or the belt. And then obviously you got the swords for Leonardo, which are not, well, they are soft-ish, a little bit wobbly. Have some holes in there, so that's pretty bad. And a little bit of a paint slip. There's a dot on it. Don't know what that's for. Rest of it, it's two big katana blades. They look kind of wonky, they look pretty rounded, but that's how they look in the game. Completely fair. Then again, I'm like thinking again, was it like that in the arcade game, or was it also in Turtles in Time where they were so rounded? Because arcade game and Turtles in Time have different graphics, I'm just... Anyway, then we got the best part of it, which is, I love these. You got the surfboard from the level Sewer Surfing. I love this accessory. This is the reason why I bought these guys again, honestly. I already had, like I'm saying, I have the SCCC exclusives, but they didn't come with these very nicely done, very big, very sturdy surfboards. And you have some detail on it, you have some lines on it, obviously in the blue and in the purple. For both of them, this actually looks more purple than it does on the figure. And you have a hole down there for this nice see-through. It's very stiff, don't break it off. Is it in there? Yeah, it's in there. So you can spin it around, you can bring it forward, actually then it goes off, but you have some movement with this. You can bring it side to side, back and forth, and obviously goes all the way around. For some cool poses, you have one peg over there to put your turtle on there, have peg holes on both sides. Put them on there for some very nice displays, and I love it. And there you go. There you got the final product. Both of them on the surfboard. Yes, they do hold a kicking post. I guess that's a good part about the strong joints, even though I think over time that will a little bit deteriorate. But still, I mean, they don't have to do that. Overall, final thoughts for both of these figures. I love it. I don't know. Like, really, the only problem I have here are the way too strong joints, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, after giving it some time, it is fine, alright? It does help keep some very nice poses, and for the rest of the figures, I have zero complaints, really. Obviously, I love the design, I love the mold. Paint job is very, very clean, actually, on both of these. There's very, very few and very small slips that I just you barely notice it, and that's fine. So, coming with surfboards, just like is an amazing accessories, and you have the nice base on it. It's fan-freaking-tastic. They are a little light on hands, but still, like I'm saying, if you buy the entire pack, you're getting a bigger assortment. Obviously, that's kind of a cheap way to do it, but whatever. I'm not hating it. I'm gonna buy all 4 of them anyway, because I think it's weird if you just buy. Why would you just buy one turtle? There's 4 of them. They're 4 brothers. Why would you split them up? What is wrong with you? But anyway, I do recommend these guys because I love them. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whenever the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles want maybe some more hands, but you have surfboards. Surfboards! Da 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 da.